morning. It's Sunday the 14th of September 2025. September goes so quickly, just like that. Gone. 2 weeks left of good mushroom picking time. My name is Tristan, my channel Midnight Fish, and this is the Midnight Fish reading. Normally done at midnight, but I've had a funny weekend where I've done bugger all. I haven't really felt like doing a tarot reading, but I thought I'd do one today. It's a basic past, present, future reading. 3 rows, 3 cards each. This is for water signs, or if you've got water in your charts, or if you're just feeling a little bit watery today. We'll see what the cards have to say. I'll start off with a little message from my mom. Oh, number 27. It's like a letter. It's a love letter in the card. The scented letter from a place remote, bring news that is better from a friend who wrote. But as dark clouds loom in threatening skies, sadness will soon much intensify. That's about the positioning, the 2 sides of that poem. But generally it means news. So that's like communication card, which everybody loves. Sorry, I've got a sniffy nose this morning. Oh, a bit stuffy. Should probably stop smoking. I'm going to read the, because it's communication, so it could be emails, faxes. I mean, I think they list everything in the definition. Yeah, news, mail, email, fax, documents, diploma, award, trophy. So it could be all kinds of things. Maybe you're getting awarded something. Maybe you won the egg and spoon race. And the prize is half a dozen eggs. Get a couple cards from Bloodlands Oracle. See if the message is continued, and then jump into the reading. I have literally been doing pretty much nothing, just lying around on the sofa for 2 days. I had a lot of neck and shoulder pain. That's what happens when you get old. I do apologise. Perhaps it was a bad idea to do this. My voice is still quite... it's asleep, I think. So we've got the moonbow and the stone circle. I like the moonbow. When moonlight reflects off water droplets in the air, a lunar rainbow or moonbow occurs. It is faint, hard to spot, and an unexpected phenomenon to witness. There is a magical quality to rainbows, and more special are the ones that form in darkness. When you let your eyes adjust, you'll see that light plays even in the darkest places. Find beauty in your own dim corners. It's about looking in places you wouldn't normally for joy. I try and do that all the time. But every time you step out your house, there's joyful things around. Birds, trees, moss. I know people seem like it's just an everyday thing, but even walking into a shopping market, you know, for food, if you really used new eyes to see it, you would see what a cornucopia of amazingness it is. The stone circle, communion, connection, higher understanding. The oldest human made structures on the planet are stone circles. Cultures from around the world have used stone circles across millennia as places of gathering and worship. Often orientated geographically towards celestial cycles, these circles are believed to harness the power of the universe, bringing those who enter the circle closer together and connecting them with a greater conscience. This card urges you to seek out the counsel of your friends and to share collective wisdom in the ancient traditions. I think it was just the place they used to hang out and take mushrooms and drink beer. Yeah. So connecting with friends, something sacred, you know, in a way. Some friendships can be, especially if you're in like a witch's coven or something. Alright, so I'll start the reading off with the Bosch deck. I think that thing happens, you know, when summer ends and winter's starting to come. That's why it's so hard to get going around this time of year, I think. Because your natural instinct is to actually want to hibernate. it was raining most of the weekend. And I was like, oh, it's nice to have a reason not to go outside. Ace of Vessels, pouring out blessings, success, satiety. So that success might have something to do with that. The award or the trophy, perhaps. A diploma, maybe you finished studying something. Something to do with medical stuff. Were you receiving something to do with medical stuff, or maybe completed some sort of therapy? We've got the surgeon here, health removal of blockages, unnecessary worry. It gives me like AA vibes, you know, when you get your little badges for all the different, I don't know, they're coins or amulets. It's very clever, really. That's how you keep people hooked in. Give them a reason. Baron of Books, sexual indiscretions, adultery, and misuse of power. Okay, we've got the pig getting the man to sign his little deal. That's taken a bit of a left turn. There is a document here, but yeah. And then the sin of sloth. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not sure what this reading's doing. Let's just go for it. In the past, we got the flower pusher, illumination, and the lovers. Then we got the Grail Knight. In the present, the Barrel Boy and Queen of Skates. Jesus is here. That was in the past. And then in the future, we got the Baron of Vessels. Oh, there you go. That's like, yeah, the first one we had Queen of Birds and the Page of Birds. Oh man, I'm really not in a fit state to do a tarot reading today. Sorry, guys. So in the past, it looks like you've had some sort of illumination or epiphany. I kid you not, the lovers have just jumped out. And there's the magician. About how to manifest a situation with a lover. And you've learned some sort of lesson about forcing it and having to use justice. It looks like you might have come into union with someone. We'll see what the cards say when I ask for clarification. In the present, you got the Grail Knight, the Barrel Boy, and the Queen of Skates. So presently, Barrel Boy is like the Four of Swords. You're like fermenting in this barrel. There's a dragon talking to you. It looks like you went through some sort of trial, or you're going through some sort of trial at the moment. It feels very like a mission that's very dangerous, or maybe not dangerous so much as just challenging, very difficult. And through a lot of thinking and some help from another party. So somebody outside of your circle, somebody new, somebody who gossips a lot. And always remember, if people gossip about others, they'll probably gossip about you too. Although I don't know if that's, you know, depends on why you gossip. Some people just like to hear the tea. Other people use gossip as a means of disparaging people's character or threatening their independence. I've seen people ruin people's careers or jobs, just basic jobs in the shop, you know. And I'm like, Jesus, we're just trying to pay our bills, guys. But yeah, so somebody's helping you maybe with this trial you're going through by providing either gossip or news or information. Yeah. In the future, you got Baron of Vessels, drunkenness, carousing, moderation, the Queen of Birds, and the Page of Birds. Looks like there's going to be a bit of partying, having a good time, but also a lot of thinking about something. Maybe thinking about your relationship to partying or drinking and how you have a good time, maybe. So that looks what the future holds, but we'll go back to the past and clarify this, the moon. Okay. Using just the regular Rider-Waite tarot. I haven't had them out for a while. It's a good deck. It's one of the originals, isn't it? So flower pushers, this is about forcing love. Is it about trying to make things go your way, or you've had to be strong about a love situation? You've had to really seek illumination about it? Yes. So we've got the Two of Swords and the Ace of Cups behind that and the Queen of Pentacles. Having to try and see something about a love situation. There's an Ace of Cups there, about your own cup perhaps, what you can offer, what you want people to offer you. Oh yeah, okay, so 9 Swords. This has caused you a lot of late night thinking. Maybe thinking about what you want from relationships, or trying to make a decision. The Justice and the Two of Swords. So you've got 9 Swords, Justice, and the Two of Swords. You're having to be very strong. Justice has come up twice here because the flower pushes force, justice, and strength. So you've had to be very strong about making a just decision. And it's caused a lot of 9 Swords because justice is justice on both sides of parties, isn't it? You don't just, it's not just justice for everyone else, it's for you too, and what that means. Which might be difficult, I suppose. No, sir, you go back in. So it seems like you've had to get some illumination about it. Yeah, going inwards, thinking. So the Hermit has jumped out, which is the Hermit and the Hermit here. Thinking about an Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and there's strength at the bottom. Something 3D. Ace of Pentacles could be seen as a prize. Some sort of prize or an award, a gift. Is that what you've been thinking about? Is that what needs to be just? Let's see. A prize, the Star. So yeah, I think I'm on the right track here. Something that's moving very quickly. It's quite a lot of patience waiting for this. So there's a prize that you've been thinking about. Is the prize this lover? 7 of Wands. There's been a competition. It's very competitive, whatever it is you're doing, and you're seeking victory. 6 Wands, and it looks like you got it. Did you get it? The Star is there and the 6 of Wands. Well, you have to go through this competition in order to be victorious. There's still something left, perhaps, or in the past. This is all past, so I'm assuming you've got this prize. You got the prize, whatever it is. Could be a job promotion, or a lottery ticket. I don't know. You know, could be anything. The lover suggested might be a contract or a person. So we'll see. It's something that you've wanted. It's taken a lot of fighting. Oh, Towers, huh? New beginnings. Okay. Dear me. Don't worry, I'm not dying of the plague. Quite an interesting subject to read about. I think what's always stood out to me was the story of I don't know if he was a young physician, or I can't remember what his occupation was, but he got the plague and he had the buboes, the swellings underneath, or in all his little lymph nodes. 2 Pentacles, making a decision. 2 Pentacles, 2 lovers. And the buboes fill with the bacteria. They're like pockets, like Pop-Tarts of bacteria. And so he ensured his survival by cutting into these buboes and expelling all the crap himself, like self-surgery. And so every time one would erupt, he would clean it out, and it left him horribly disfigured, the scarring and stuff, but he lived. He did live. Yeah. Would you do that? I don't know. Would I? How much pain can a person... But he must have thought it'll work, I guess, and, you know, you're dying. So, look, the Ace of Wands is coming out. I need to concentrate now. Sorry, just rambling. 9 Pentacles. So the Lovers. This might be the prize you were after that you got. Maybe there was someone you were interested in and they had lots of competition and you asked them out. Either that or it is... flipping heck, man. I can't. Look, 7 Swords and the Lovers. And the Hierophant, some sort of commitment. Okay. We'll see what it says, if it's love or not. Give us a clue of what the Lovers is. Trust, romance, love, or a contract, or a choice. Is this the Star? The Hermit. Okay, yes, we know it's something you've had to think about for a long time. Queen of Swords, something you've had to be truthful about to yourself, perhaps, or to other people. Knight of Wands. Okay. And the 10 of Wands. Flipping heck. Okay. Someone you have a very large attraction to. Knight of Wands is a charismatic, fiery individual, very sexy. You know, in a love situation, that's the... Or it's you. Maybe you're the Knight of Wands. Now that you've got this, now you're going to move forward very quickly. But we've got 10 wands here, which suggests a burden. But I'm also getting the feeling of it's not just one wand he's carrying there, it's 11. So he's like you're attracted to someone times 11. Kind of turn the volume up to 11 on your level of attractiveness to this person. Yeah. So, but did you get them? I don't know. We'll see. Why is there a Grail Knight at the moment? Maybe it's a... Okay. Yeah, so you went through all this. There's a competition. Some sort of inward thinking. You had to make sure there's some sort of justice in a decision you're making. But now you're free to move forward to whoever it is that you're interested in. But it's some kind of burden that you're carrying along the way. And maybe the burden is coming up here. We'll see. Okay, Jesus is there though, so it's cool. Holding back. So at present you got the Grail Knight, some sort of trial. You're having to be this character. The Grail Knight is like a tragic character. He is obviously very honourable and chivalrous and all that stuff about the Grail Knight, brave and courageous and going after this mysterious thing, the Grail, the Holy Grail, the cup. But there's some measure of having to not be so pure to get through that kind of thing. The frog on the flag, there's some sort of indiscretion, which we've got here, sexual indiscretion. 3 wands. So this is a new beginning you've started, something that you're sharing, and then the Hermit has come back again, a lot of inward reflection. So 3 wands, 5 wands. Okay, yeah, I'm not surprised. And 4 pentacles has come back. I saw them earlier. So you're going through some sort of competition at the moment, or challenges, or there's arguments perhaps. People aren't working together properly. Might be people in your life. There's disagreements. Everyone's got an idea of what to do. And to get through all this, you're having to be a Grail Knight. That involves some measure of holding back as well. This is financially. You're having to maybe hold on to your money. And then, so we've got the Stillness, Patience, and the Barrel Boy. But this is all about a new beginning. It might be the one that you're racing towards here in the Knight of Wands. The Burden. It's almost like you've come to some sort of place where you can drop off those first 5 wands almost. By giving them to other people to use to argue with, I don't know. So it's all about a 4 of wands. Okay, there's love. It's really coming through. Something to do with a romantic connection that you finally decided to move towards, it seems. Yeah, but some burden and a lot of fighting or disagreements or opinions or So we've got the Barrel Boy. I wonder if the Hermit will come out again. Stillness, patience, inner reflection, restraint. Yeah, so we've got 4 Pentacles and 4 Cups. You're refusing offers, or this is still contemplation. There's all this sitting and thinking. Quite a lot of it. The Moon. Something to do with the regrets. Something to do with spilled cups. There's blood in the cups, yeah, and green. Green secrets. So the Emperor and the Devil. Oh. Hi, Devil. So, yeah, we have the Lovers again, chained together. Chained together. Restraint. Restraint, restraint. Emperors are not often very restrained. And an Emperor and a Devil together is often seen as a maniacal narcissist. This is someone who wants things their own way, and they need to be in charge of everything. Are you taking time to go in a barrel or to sit under a tree quietly and think about these qualities within yourself? Or are you wondering maybe if this person you're in love with has those qualities, or there's a person in your life who's behaving like this and has forced you to go inside this barrel? So there's 3 different ways you could read this. This could also be to do with sexual things. The Devil can be sexual vices. I mean, they're literally chained to each other. And the Emperor is a very dominant energy. Restraint. You're or in this current situation, you're having to restrain and control your desire to take control of the situation completely. You're just holding back, even though you perhaps know that you could quite easily step in and sort all this out, or whatever this is, this conflict here, as the Grail Knight. But perhaps you don't want to, like, what's the word? When you, I'm not going to be able to think of it. You know, when you put yourself in a position where you're, it's not a good position. There's a word for it. I know there is. Compromising. You don't want to compromise your own values and judgments and whatever, you know, your morals. Maybe you don't want to compromise your morals by getting involved in this argument. So that could be interpreted in quite a few different ways. It's definitely a feeling of restraint here, real control. It's almost like this Emperor is looking over at what's going on here, and he's like, I just want to take my scepter and fucking hit all you guys over the head with it and throw this orb at you and kick you in the teeth with my steel-toe boots. But yeah, I'm not going to do anything. I'm practicing restraint. I'm just going to sit on my throne and watch the nonsense, while at the same time controlling these devil energies, which is quite difficult. The urges. By practicing patience, inner reflection, restraint, restraining your own urges. Seems like that's what you're doing at the moment. Almost looks like some sort of, you know, when there's a weak animal in the Serengeti and they flounder and all the lions jump on them. Yeah, because that's what's happening to this Grail Knight. But you're holding back. Maybe not getting involved in whatever's happening. Yeah, left to the hyenas. You've gone inside a barrel. So there, but maybe you're managing this to traverse this, whatever this is that's going on presently, by getting news and gossip from somebody new perhaps, or it could be somebody you know, but it's a queen of skates. Just be careful with people. Temperance. Okay, so maybe they're a guardian angel. Are they helping you with the regret that you feel? Seven Swords. Well, I'm not surprised. They're 9 Pentacles. Whoever you're dealing with is very independent, and they're very adept in Seven Swords business. I mean, do you know, like, if I had a guardian angel, I would prefer to have someone like that. Not only are they guardian angel, they're fiercely independent and abundant, but they're very adept in traversing difficult landscapes, because they're very clever, sneaky, get away with things. They well connected, maybe sometimes seen as being a bit rude, but I often think that people misjudge people. I've had quite often in life, starting at new workplaces or whatever, and you'll come across people and say, oh, so-and-so, they're very rude. And when I've gone to speak to that person in question, all I found is that they were direct. And it's always been really refreshing because I like direct people. So don't take it personally. If anyone ever calls you rude, they just don't like your honesty. Those are people who prefer to live in a world of lies. Yeah. Be direct. Be direct. You don't have to be all the time. If you're too direct all the time, you run the risk of being called rude. So just, I don't know. At least I do. I try and not always be direct, because I know that people are different. We're all different. Some people prefer to speak in, subtleties and ambiguities and all that. But it looks like you got somebody good helping you. Temperance, yeah, helping you with the regrets as well from whatever situations caused regret. I don't know if that came up here in the middle. You're definitely just sitting on your throne watching what's going over there. I mean, I'm quite in awe of this Emperor sat here, because not only are they inner reflecting, they're trying to control their devil urges by embodying 4 of Cups. Here, they're just not engaging. Here, you're not engaging. If this is you, it could be you or somebody in your life. I'm getting the feeling that it's you. You're just watching what's going on. Yeah. Trying to be careful not to lose your own balance or moral standing in a situation. 3 of Wands has come out again. 3 Wands came up there. This is about some sort of new beginning. You're looking somewhere else for something else. This could be a new job or a new home or a new project. It could be a new relationship. I don't know who this lover person is here. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm actually quite enjoying this reading today. Always helps. Not that I don't enjoy everyone, but some of them don't always make sense to me, but this kind of does. So the moon's come out, and it likes to come out when it wants to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Because it is the future. And the future is always subject to change, because you never know. You never know. Anything can change. So we've got the Baron of Vessels, Queen of Birds, and the Page of Birds. Something to do about thinking about how you party. Or there's a lot of partying in your future and a lot of thinking. And this is planning. It's like inner knowledge. You got the Queen of Birds. She's like the total wise lady. And then you got the Page of Birds. So it's like a transition. It's about some sort of planning. You're planning on something. There's a lot of bird energy. Let's see. So what's this Baron of Vessels? Drunkenness, carousing, moderation. Are you going to go party? Maybe after whatever all this nonsense is, when something finally comes in, maybe a diploma, an award, a prize, or a letter, some sort of email, contact, and information about something. Don't know what it's about. Maybe you go celebrate. Are you celebrating? Oh. 3 Swords. Fuck. I wasn't expecting that. Where does that come from? In the future, some sort of pain, patience, and a Page of Cups. Page of Cups, the 2 cups to the 1 cup. Does it turn into an offer? Do you take the swords out? Was there some sort of pain caused by the situation maybe that you need to take out? This isn't always romantic. It can be, I mean, because like, we can love the people we work with, the people we have family with and do projects with. It doesn't always have to be just a lover. This could be any sort of heartache. It could be about taking the swords out. Maybe this whole process is about taking the swords out, having some fun, and then a lot of thinking, but not like the hermit. This is like working on knowledge, some sort of knowledge. Okay, the Ace of Cups. It's definitely something about romance. Okay, so you got in the future a love offer. You're drinking and partying and a bit of excess, although you are trying to be a bit moderate, it says here. Drunkenness, carousing, but moderation. So having a good time, but knowing how to good time because of the Three of Cups and because of some sort of Two Swords energy, which was at the beginning here. So you're making a decision on offers you're getting. So maybe you'll have more than one offer to deal with. But you're making this decision blind, and there's some heartache involved. But saying to be patient. Okay, yeah, so you get the offer. There's an offer that you get it. Whatever this love thing means to you, this Ace of Cups, whether it's a person, a job, an award, I don't know, could be 100 things. Stationed down in Antarctica for a year, studying penguins, whatever it is, you get it in the future with the help of this person, and by doing what you're doing at the moment, which is being this emperor that's controlling not only the urges, but not getting involved in, you know, this Five of Wands, Grail Knight energy, which is like a big argument, or everybody trying to get to the top or maintain their positions, but there's you got to spill cups to do this. His cup's completely spilled, and there's some sexual indiscretion or people doing bad contracts or dodgy deals. But whatever this cup is, you get it, and it makes you then have to make a decision. Yeah, you have to make a decision. You're completely blinded. But here we've got Queen of Birds, Page of Birds, thoughtfulness. So some thinking, and then you're gonna get you become illuminated as to what the right decision it seems, and we'll find out what that is. It's about taking pain out. So 3 swords to 2 swords. Maybe 1 sword will come out. We'll see. So you get this Ace of Cups, whatever that means to you. And it means that you have to, okay, 8 Pentacles, working hard, yeah. You'd have to work very hard to become a Queen of Birds. She knows all the things. The owl's a sign of knowledge and illumination. A little nest on her head. Okay. 7 cups. Wow. And then 2 cups. Well, if that's not interesting. And the Queen of Swords. The King of Swords. Okay. Yeah. It's like the 7 cups turn into... 1 cup turns into 7. I wonder if getting this offer in the future makes you suddenly... So you get this cup. This cup you wanted. You get it. Completely full. It's overfilling. And the fact that it makes you go into decision mode, which you were in here right at the beginning of the story, in the past already, about this love situation. I'm assuming this is all the same cup. You then wobble and have to go let loose a bit, drinking or whatever, and that 1 cup turns into 7 again. And suddenly you think about all the other options you have, because isn't that what commitment makes people think, isn't it? Am I going to fuck the same woman or man for the rest of my life? Maybe you need to go out and have a bit of fun before you exchange cups by using logic to make a decision. Here we went 2 swords, 1 sword. And here we have this regret again and the 8 of Swords. There's some regret, some sort of regret in this situation. 5 swords and 5 cups has come up a few times now. It's finally decided to stay. Whatever this regret is, trapping you in your mind. Yeah, we've got 8 swords. So you need to figure out how to deal with this regret by this Queen of Birds energy, austerity, piety, knowledge, by not doing this, which is suddenly getting what you want, and then, well, maybe you don't want it now. Now there's 7 cups. Now I need to go back and have options again before 2 cups. It causes regret, maybe, this pattern in you. Might cause regret and trap you in your mind. Make a decision on who you want in your life or what you want and stick with it for as long as it makes you happy. Page you want, new beginning. So what's this regret then? What's this Page of Birds? He's thinking about it. Is it the regret that they're thinking about? Maybe you see after this process what causes you regret. Causes you to sit in 8 swords with her loose bindings and her fake blindfold. She's not really stuck there. She's remaining there from her own choices. Maybe it lets you see the pattern, regret, and then self-loathing almost. Temperance in a Page of Cups. 1 cup to 2 cups to the Hierophant. Somebody here from your past. A Page of Cups energy, fishy. It could be a water sign or young. Perhaps they're young or a bit odd. But somebody you want a commitment with. They're very patient. The situation requires patience for you to think about it. 9 cups. Queen of Cups. Yeah. Cups, 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 cups. Lots of cups. This 9 cups is your independence. It's your abundance. And the Queen of Cups, her lid is closed. She doesn't know if she should give the cup. Should I give the cup? Her feet are only just touching into the water. Not sure. Yeah. Some sort of pattern is repeating itself here in the future. One that has to do with receiving and giving of love, of trust. Yeah. You know, when people want to get close, but then that closeness completely freaks them out, puts them into decision-making mode again, choices, back into 7 cups, which one? And it just causes regret. Causes regret and self-loathing, and you become trapped in this pattern. So maybe you finally see the pattern. Yeah. Don't know if that helps with whatever situation you're in, love situation. The Queen eventually has to give the cup. Yeah. But you've got this abundance for yourself. You don't want to disturb that. That seems to be the issue. He's got his arms crossed. He's not very open to any. It's almost like 4 of Cups to me sometimes when I look at this 9 of Cups here. It's like, these are my 9 cups. Don't disturb me. I got 10 cups. I got 1 cup to give to you. But you're never sure if you want to give it. So you're pausing. Something's pausing before you give this cup in the future. Something to do with this pattern of regret and self-loathing. Because of whenever you seem to get what you want, maybe you push it away. We all do that, I think. Maybe not every person on the planet, but it's a common experience. Let's see. I'm going to check out what this Baron of Books is. Some sort of dodgy shit going on at your workplace might be. Or people being naughty. Or maybe some sexual indiscretions in your life, either on your part or on people around you. It's about contract. It's the only document that's come up. So let's see. What's going on here? Is this business at work? Oh, the Lovers. Okay, so this might be sexual indiscretions, but the Lovers suggests it's something good. Some sort of union. Misuse of power. Page of Cups. Okay, it's confusing me. The 2 of Cups. Okay. Is that what the problem is? Is having a union with whoever it is. Maybe you're in love with somebody at work. Yeah. Something about this relationship is taboo or will be seen as be seen in that light by some people. Might be seen as adultery or sexual indiscretion. But it seems pretty happy to me. There's a King of Cups, you've got 3 Wands, Page of Cups, the Sun, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune. It looks like whatever it is all right. So maybe don't worry about what people say. This might be what's going on right now. Maybe that's caused an issue at work. Maybe somebody's in a romance they shouldn't be, or you're in a romance you shouldn't be, something like that. Something taboo. I mean, it's, you go far back enough, all kinds of things that we find normal today would be seen as taboo. Gay relationships, interracial relationships, all kinds. Right. Yeah. Imagine a future where straight relationships were seen as wrong. It could be one day, you never know, what strange things humans come up with. Silly little rules. Yeah. So I'm going to do, what should the viewer do? 3 cards and a bottom card, and see if I can give you any advice. I can't help you with patterns. If you're in a pattern, regret and then self-loathing because you push people away, or when things come to you that you actually want, you suddenly go into 2 Swords energy and go, hang on, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want that cup. Not sure. Let's turn that 1 cup into 7 cups again. Let's go back to this right at the beginning. That's the energy I'm getting here. Freaks you out. Totally freaks you out. But I get the feeling that you might finally see this pattern in yourself. And then put yourself in a better situation where you actually think about, right, you're allowed to protect your 9 cups. You have to be discerning on who you give your cup to. Just be discerning. And always know that even if you offer your cup to someone, if they fuck around, you could just take it back. Just take it back. You don't have to, it's not like, oh, this is going to be forever. You just go, okay, maybe it's not for me. Yeah. And always make sure to keep your own cup full. Don't just give and give and give. Make sure people give to you too. Yeah, it's not about giving and receiving or whatever. Giving to receive. I don't do that, but you kind of notice in a relationship if the balance is very skewed. We want this kind of justice. Equal justice. All right. King of Coins. Hoarding, inheritance, unwillingness to share. The lonely man in his bed with all his bags of money. Took a lot to get there. Baron of Coins. Some wasting of money. Have you been going through some challenges with your money? We've got the River to Hell. My least favorite card. Defeat, cowardliness, injury, sin of wrath, Knight of Birds. This is wild. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Somebody injured you, maybe not like physically, like they haven't actually cut your head off, but maybe with your words. Somebody's either hurt you with their words or injured your pride, perhaps. Maybe in this, whatever's going on at work. It's made you quite angry. Somebody's said something to you that you don't like. Or there's been some sort of argument which you've lost, and you've had to retreat, or you've said something to somebody and it's hurt them. Whatever the case is, there's anger involved now. There's a bit of rage. The man with the table on his head. But it looks like maybe the best way, yeah, is you've got Knight of Birds, adventure, excitement, movement. He wants to go out and do stuff. So you maybe turning away from being angry and just going out and doing things. Yeah, okay. I don't know how that applies to what you should do now. So it's saying go out and move your body, like maybe go walk for a walk or nice drive or something. I don't know. Just shopping, whatever it is that you do outside your house that is exciting will help you deal with this anger over something that's been said, or somebody that said something to you, or some sort of defeat somehow. There's some defeat somewhere. Okay. Right, one last card. I wish I could clarify that. Actually, I might. Should I? It's a bit dangerous, and I don't normally do clarification on this last one. I'm trying to figure out what the defeat is. Something you've been working on very hard up late at night, working on something. Is it your defeat or theirs? Must be yours. Feeling a bit sorry for yourself. And the way you pick yourself out of that is anger. Okay, 9 wands. This is some sort of defeat, but you're holding back on some sort of emotional reaction. Now you're very defensive. Now you're defensive, which would explain the anger. Stay away. You're telling someone to stay away. I don't know. Okay, something to do with these 3 swords and this truth, this King of Swords. Okay. Sharing. Illusions. There was some sharing of illusions. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to stop because I don't really understand that at all. 6 Pentacles and 7 Cups. It's not a very good energy, really. 6 Pentacles. He's got the scales again. So he's trying to share, but whatever was being shared, either to you or by you, was illusion. All right, the black cat's come out. Lucky. Aren't we lucky? Energetic blocks are clearing. Yeah, I get in the feeling here. So whatever happened, you've just stormed through it with rage. But it's almost like that kind of flash in a pan. Just put a table on your head and dance around for a minute and then take it off and then go on an adventure. Nobody owes you anything. Beware of time wasters, and what you allow is what will continue. Yeah. Nice. It's a black cat. I like black cats. All right, guys, that's my reading for today. If you've enjoyed yourself, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Whatever you're doing this fine Sunday afternoon, I hope you're having a good time. And hopefully catch you tomorrow. Bye.